Our topic for today is about individual learning monitoring plan. This may help our dear teachers for their upcoming in-service training. What is individual learning monitoring plan? The individual learning monitoring plan is a more specific tool which shall be used by the teachers and learning facilitators for learners who lag behind as shown by the results of their formative and summative assessments. By providing intervention strategies for a certain period, the individual learning monitoring plan serves as the document that will show if the learner has shown either master of the learning competencies, significant progress, or insignificant progress. For learners who are given intervention activities, their weekly home learning plan shall be adjusted to suit their comprehension level. Learners should be provided with tasks that are respectful of their cognitive ability but with the right amount of challenge until such time that they are prepared to handle the norm learning tasks. The individual learning monitoring plan shall be utilized to monitor learner progress based on the given intervention strategies. Individual learning monitoring plan shall be used to: first, serve as feedback data for learners who are provided with intervention activities. Second, provide a mechanism of support to learners who are lagging behind as manifested by the results of formative and summative assessments, which may be gathered through their portfolio or collected samples of learning outputs. Third, make the parents or guardians aware of the academic progress of their children and encourage them to strengthen their involvement in guiding and supervising the learning of their children at home. Fourth, help decide on the effectiveness of the learning modality adopted for the learner and the possible modifications or adjustments that should be provided to improve learners' performance. Fifth, guide teachers in adjusting learning, content, and tasks based on the characteristics, cognitive ability, readiness, interest, and profile of the learner. The individual learning monitoring plan shall consist of the following parts. We have learners' needs, intervention strategies, monitoring date, learner status, insignificant progress, significant progress, and mastery. Let's take a look at it one by one. Learners' needs. It refers to the gap between the required knowledge, skills, and attitudes described in the learning standard and the current status of the learner is evidenced by assessment results. These are the areas where the learners need help in a form of interventions to help them meet the required learning competencies. Next one is intervention strategies. It is a program or set of steps to help learners improve at areas they struggle with. Intervention strategies may be any of the following form but not limited to: A. Extending time of completion of tasks. B. Adjusting the level of difficulty of the learning contents or tasks. Letter C. Providing more guided activities before proceeding to independent activities. D. Seeking for more surprise time with learning facilitator. E. Giving sample prototype learning outputs or models to serve as reference for his or her own work. The next part is monitoring date. It refers to the date when the teacher has evaluated the results of learners' assessments after sufficient time of implementing certain intervention strategies. In here, learners' assessments may be through portfolios to include learning outputs such as written work, products, performances, evaluated using rubrics. Testimonies of parents or guardians and learning facilitators regarding the learner's progress may also be considered as matter of holistic assessment. So we will move on to learner status. It refers to how the student learns as a result of the teaching-learning process in the learning delivery modality that he has chosen. Next one is insignificant progress. It refers to a status where a learner did not meet expectations of the learning standards and received a grade of 75 and below for the first quarter and did not improve performance in the succeeding quarters. Another part is significant progress. It refers to a status where a learner has significantly improved performance after provision of intervention strategies by meeting learning standards as manifested by an increase in his assessment results. Example of which is from did not make expectation in the previous quarter to fairly satisfactory, with a grade scale of 75 to 79 in the succeeding quarter. And we have the last part, mastery. It refers to the status where a learner has reached a level of mastery after provision of intervention strategies by meeting learning standards as manifested by an increase in the assessment results. Here's an example. From did not make expectation or fairly satisfactory in the previous quarter to satisfactory with a grade scale of 80 to 84 or very satisfactory with a grade scale of 85 to 89, that is 89, in the succeeding quarter respectively. I apologize for the typo error, that is 89. It should be noted that the individual learning monitoring plan is used only for the learners who are not showing progress in the meeting required learning competencies. Teachers with these kinds of learners are advised to prepare the individual monitoring plan and communicate with their parents regularly. Teachers may also call the parents for a meeting to discuss the intervention strategies and what they can do to strengthen their involvement in their child's learning. In case a face-to-face meeting is not possible, teachers may communicate with parents through emails, phone call, social media, private messages, SMS, or any other modes of communication available. Here are sample individual learning monitoring plan templates.